What are the advantages and disadvantages of owning your own business? A short story. When I was about 16 years old, I inherited a vehicle. The only stipulation was I had to provide gas for that vehicle. I had no income, therefore no gas. What I decided to do was go to an oil company and try to get a job there. Unfortunately, they were not hiring at the time. So I loaded up a lawnmower and put it in the back of that pickup truck. It wasn't self-propelled, it was a push mower. Some of you may know about that. So the only thing I could do to have income was to mow yards. That's an advantage of having your own business. You set your own time schedule, you set your own job. The disadvantage of having your own business, to me at that point, I didn't know when the money was coming in. You can't mow yards in the wintertime. Fast forward, when I was 18 years old, I worked at a company called Lone Star Steel. I was making so much money, I thought I was stealing. That's the advantage of working for someone else. You have a chance for a steady income. But when that company goes out of business, that income is no more. So what we like to do today is to have a point and counterpoint. This side is disadvantage. This side is the advantage of having your own business. And we'll start with the ladies. Ladies first.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would just like to start by saying that my first business is to be a teacher. I'm an educator first. And as an educator, I'm always out promoting to children to do their best to be successful. But one thing about being a teacher, when I was looking at my pay scale, I noticed that within the next 10 years, it may take me 10 years to increase my income by $6,000. 10 years. And that's a long time. Our pay scale is very, very limited when it comes to the increase. So I love my job and I love what I do, but however, if I think about my future and the fact that I have 2 children that I am trying to support and provide, then what I'm doing right now offers me very limited financial opportunities. So one of the advantages of having your own business is taking control of your own finances and offering yourself your own opportunity to increase your income, which is very important. And another thing is being a teacher and being a mentor, I know it's very important to share that with others. So when I do my own business or have my own business, then I'm able to not limit myself just into the one field of teaching children. I can teach other people just like myself to increase their opportunity and go out and do their own business. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, who in the world, who in their right mind would want to run their own business? Let me tell you what running your own business. It means that on a lovely October afternoon, when you'd like to be home watching college football, you're out promoting your business. It's a full-time job. There is no such thing as 8 to 5 when you own your own business. Miranda was pointing out the fact that you're never going to get rich teaching school. And she's probably correct. But just because you have your own business doesn't mean you're going to get rich either. A true story. I had my own business a few years ago. I got out of law school and I hung out my shingle and I practiced law by myself. I was my own boss. I stopped at a little restaurant on the way to work one day to get a cup of coffee, and the man said, "Keep the 50 cents. I just want to ask you a question." And he commenced to ask me the most complex legal question I think I have ever fielded. it took me a good 20 minutes to answer his question. I got to my office and I realized that I had just given legal advice for the grand total of 50 cents. That, ladies and gentlemen, was depressing. What was more depressing was at the end of that day when I realized that was the biggest fee I had collected. So just because you have your own business doesn't mean you will be successful or that you will be wealthy.
Money, 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 money. What's your dream? What is the thing that you were born to do? Everybody in the world has a dream. You were born with a dream. Normally, your dream will birth wealth. The thing that you naturally do that nobody else can do. Baby, when God made you, he broke the mold. Nobody got your swag. Nobody has your talk. Nobody has your walk. Nobody can dress like you. I'm a phenomenal woman. How about you? Maybe you're a phenomenal man. Your dream in having your own business is being able to be liberated. It's being able to make the money when you want to make the money and the amount you want to make. It is being able to have 5 streams of income. Most people have 1. When I worked corporate, I never worked 1 job. I always had things I was doing on the outside of corporate. I was doing music, I was doing speaking, I was doing ministry, and I was doing other things as well to make extra income. I did Amway, I did Tahishinoni, I did my econ as a travel agent. I did several different things to make some wealth. What is the thing that you do and that you naturally do it? And I remember one time hearing the story of Oprah Winfrey. Her dream was to be on television. What did they tell Oprah? They told her that she did not articulate in a way that a black woman should be on television. They told her that she was too overweight. When they started talking about Walt Disney, his dream was about a mouse. They said, I've never heard of anybody having a dream about a mouse. What did they tell Martin Luther King as he began to walk in 1964 on March on Washington? Nobody at that time had organized a group of people to march for civil rights and for freedom, for nonviolence. What is your dream today? Your dream. Your dream can harness wealth. When I was in corporate and I got laid off, it was unexpected. I didn't expect to get laid off. I had worked 4 jobs in one corporate position because you're always working your current position for your next position. And you know what happened? I encountered some people. I encountered Joe Frazier. Worked for this company called Harvard Risk Management, and Joe Frazier was my upline. You know what Joe told me? He said, live your dream and you can do what you want to do. I never will forget that. Never will forget that. And I ended up leaving that company and starting my own company. Started Diamond Praise Music, doing some stuff in the music industry, and opening up for major artists like Dorothy Norwood, the Texas Boys, and also a lot of other artists as well. Oh, so what I'm saying to you is live your dreams. We'll birth wealth. You will have disappointments. You have ups, downs, ins, outs. Just like your money, sometimes it'll be funny and sometimes it'll be awesome and outstanding. Thank you.
All right. I'm supposed to speak on the disadvantages. My friend Donna, she comes from a family of preachers, so she's excused. There are lots of disadvantages. Are we okay? Okay. We can state lots of disadvantages for starting your own business. My disadvantages is based on the fact of what's required for an individual who wants to start his own business. Number 1, You have to get up to go to work every day. Similar to a job, but in your own business, you have to be there until the business is done or closed. And you have to have initiative, you have to have desire, you have to have entrepreneurial spirit. The difference between a job and your own business is that to be successful in your own business, it is really, really, really important that you like what you do. There are many very successful businesses right here in Longview, and what makes them do well, and lots of them, they make $1 million or millions of dollars more, believe it or not, right here in Longview. But what they do is they're dedicated, they like what they do, they enjoy going to their business every day as compared to going to their jobs. So many of us are in jobs that we hate to go to every day, but if we're going to be a successful business person, it is very important to do things that you like to do. That's my 2-minute presentation. I'll turn it back over to Charles Holmes, who should tell you a little bit more about our Toastmasters Club.
Thank you, Greg. Thank everybody for participating in that counterpoint discussion. What you saw here was what we call in Toastmasters, a table topic. You have timed speeches in Toastmasters. In table topics, you have 1 minute to fill the question. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, at 1 minute, the green light will come on. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, you'll get a yellow light. At 2 minutes, you'll get a red light stating that you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. What that does is teaches us to be timely with our speeches. If you're called upon to speak somewhere and they give you 10 minutes, you do not want to speak 20 minutes. Chances are you will not be asked to come back again. So that's what Toastmasters does. It teaches us to speak in a timely manner. Also, one thing Toastmasters does, it gives you confidence in your speaking. I remember my first speech in Toastmasters, called an icebreaker. You tell something about yourself. In my first speech, I had 19 ahs and ums. Toastmasters teaches you to speak grammatically correct. I had 19 plus. They stopped counting. When you're listening to somebody, it'll teach you to listen better. You notice people on television, and when you're in Toastmasters, you will start unconsciously counting all the ands and ums those people say. So Toastmasters gives you a real advantage in speaking and listening and confidence.
Okay, Charles, thank you. That is a demonstration. I really want to invite you all to come out and watch us. Our meetings always last exactly 1 hour. Timeliness is very critical, so we start on time, we finish on time, we won't waste your time. But what we will do is help you build confidence. So you'll be a much better communicator. You'll know what's coming out of your mouth before you say it, so you won't make mistakes with business people. That's very important. So I think that this is a really valuable tool. We meet every week. We don't miss 52 weeks a year. We have people who are very dedicated to really improving themselves. So that's a great opportunity. We have a website, www.toastmasters.com. We have the evening site, eveningtoastmasters.com. And we have Facebook pages, the same name. So visit us, and if you have an opportunity, come to our meetings. It has the time, directions, and everything on the website. Music.